Excuse me. What's up, everybody? You are tuned into the Cris
And Maul.
podcast, emergency podcast. A lot of stuff going down on the sports world right now. Maul hit me and said, "We gotta do an emergency pod now." So, and said, "Let's do it." What's going on, Ma? How you feeling, man? You all right?
I'm in complete and utter shock at what the hell is going has just arisen these last like 20 minutes, man. I'm in complete shock after watching some amazing fights, man. Like, I thought that Benavidez Morale fight was one easily early fights of the year. That Pitbull Cruz fight was one as well, man. So it's been a very entertaining night, man, for real. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Like you said, it's been a very interesting night in sports. Good
Royal Rumble was fun
boxing.
too. Royal Rumble
Mo-
was good too.
Yeah, Royal Rumble was really good. I only caught the Rumble matches, but yeah, all in all, it was good. It was good. I cannot complain. But let's go ahead and talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the main reasons why you wanted to do emergency pod. So let's talk about big NBA trade. The Lakers have traded for Luka Doncic. They have traded away AD to the Mavericks. And you talk about the rest of the trade because those are the major cogs in the
Yeah,
trade.
so pretty much the Lakers got Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris. The Mavericks got Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and the 2029 Lakers first round pick. And then the Jazz got Jalen Hood Shafino, the Clippers 2025 second round, and the Mavericks 2025 second round pick.
So how you feeling, man? This affects your team.
Uh, my brother, I'm in utter shock, man. I literally just watched this Lakers team look really good without AD against the New York Knicks. I thought we've been progressing really well as far as like the new additions with Dorian Finney-Smith, and then obviously adding Vando back. Austin Reeves has been playing at an all-star level. LeBron had a triple-double today. Obviously, AD is out with the abdominal injury, but, reports were saying that, it wasn't going to be a long-term injury. They thought he might be able to come back within like a week or two. And then next thing you know, we're getting a trade of Luka going to the Lakers. Like when I first saw the trade with Shams, I literally thought it was a fucking parody account. I was like, nah, this is some bullshit. But then I clicked on the link. I clicked on his profile picture, and it was literally his. So then I'm thinking, yo, my man got hacked, bro, because this has to be the biggest spoof in sports history. Because there's no way this trade goes through. Like, I'm shocked for both sides. Like, I thought we were progressing well as the Lakers. You know what I mean? AD has, when he's been healthy, he's been playing at an MVP level. Like last year, he stayed healthy for the most part. He had his little Knicks injuries. Even this year, he's been healthy for the most part. Obviously, the abdominal strain was a little bit of a setback, but it was nothing too serious to the point where you thought he would be out for a long, extended period of time. But for the Lakers, for the Mavs to go ahead and trade Luka Doncic, this man is a 25-year-old superstar talent. And I get it. There are some, there's stories about him and, him and his conditioning and his antics with the refs and stuff like that has grown tiresome. But still, trading that asset for AD, I think is just crazy in a sense, because you would still put the Mavericks as low-key title contenders depending on when Luka Doncic could come back from the calf injury. But just I'm still trying to understand how this trade came about. Obviously, I've been reading reports saying that the Mavericks have just been I guess really concerned about Luka Doncic and his commitment to the team and his commitment to conditioning and all that they decided to pull the trigger. I think I saw something to the point of Tim McMahon. He actually commented. He's like one of the top reporters. Let me see if I can get it. I'm under utter shock. Like, what are your? I know you're not. This isn't your team and all that. But when you first saw this trade, what was your first thought process? While I find this,
well, I'm in a whole bunch of like group chats.
Yeah.
On X, and so one of the chief group chats I'm in, they talk about other stuff too. And dude put in there basically, he was like, Luka just got traded to the Lakers, and I don't think he's a Laker fan. He said like he was kind of upset, and so it was like, huh? And so that's when I was like, look, I'm trying to look for it. The number one sale jerseys is in 2025 coming soon. But yeah, when I saw it, I was trying to look for it on the timeline, and that's when you had text me, and then I was like, I'll just go to Sean's page, and then that's when I saw the trade, and I looked again, and he was like, yeah, and the first thing I saw when he said, yeah, it's real, I was like, yeah, it's real. That's what I was texting. Yeah, it's real, brother. It's not hack. I think he would have said something.
Yeah, it's just because there's so many storylines with this trade. Like, what happened on why the Mavericks called the Lakers about trading for Luka? Why didn't they make it a bigger? Why didn't they? I guess let it be known to more teams that Luka was available. What happened behind the scenes between Luka and the Mavericks as far as the relationship? Did the Lakers talk to Bron about okaying this AD trade, or did they not give a fuck and be like, yo, this is gonna be Luka's team going into the future? Like, is Bron possibly gonna get traded? Like you got to start thinking about all these different avenues right now and different storylines that could really happen, because right now Luka Doncic is out right now. I don't know for how long with this cap regime. He's been out for about 20 plus games right now. So number one, we don't know what's up. Number two, the Lakers, I think, were really playing well. They blew out the Celtics. They played the Knicks, and they won by 10 plus points. You would think that the Lakers would be heading in the correct direction, that they could probably compete for a championship this year. Now you just literally and then on top of that, you traded Max Christie. Who's actually been improving, who I actually liked. He was a defensive two-way guard who could play defense and who was a great perimeter shooter. And then you gave away our one first round, and that's another surprising thing. You traded for Luka, and I get it. The Mavs got Anthony Davis and Max Christie, who are two great players. One's young and up and coming, and one's already an MVP level caliber player. But for them to only get the one first round pick is also puzzling to me too. Why didn't you just give them both? So now the Lakers have another first round pick, and it's like, let's say hypothetically LeBron does get traded. Now LeBron, if we want to get cryptic, LeBron in the post game interview said one of the reporters asked if he would be playing at Madison Square Garden again. He said probably, most likely. I don't know what that means. It could be next year, or it could possibly mean that he might have some set up for him to go get traded to the New York Knicks, because that was the other team that he strongly considered to play for when he was on his free agency run. I think the first time when he went to the Miami Heat. So now you got that team. So if you look at that, what trade, let's say hypothetically LeBron does get traded, it will probably be a package of him and Bronny. You would probably assume that Bronny's not going to be staying with the Lakers, but it's just crazy right now. Like, was there a problem with the relationship between Luka and Kyrie? Like, Did LeBron and AD have an issue? You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about that. Like, why would LeBron okay this? Like, why?
I think it had more so to do with Luca in Dallas. I think Luca in Dallas, there was just no certainty that he was going to be there long term. Like I think like they said, the commitment of him staying with Dallas and him wanting to go to a bigger market like the Lakers, maybe that's where he's ultimately wanted to go to. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, you trying to say that Luka's like, yo, if I'm gonna get traded, trade me to the Lakers.
mm-hmm.
But then
like
again, you have to both parties have to tango. Like, both parties have to dance. Like, okay, yeah, Luka may want to go to the Lakers, but the Lakers got to okay.
And maybe LeBron saw how they always winning without AD. It was
Yeah,
like,
that could be true.
you know what I'm saying?
That could be
Like,
true.
we
That
really
could be
don't
true.
need him, do we?
That could be true. And I get it, all the injury problems that AD does have. And then obviously, you know, I was just listening to Brian Windhorst, and he did say LeBron really wanted to play with Luka Doncic. He said that was probably one of his biggest wishes, was to play with Luka Doncic. Now, if he thought like, look, like, if this is my best chance to get another title and maybe extend my career, because then you kind of got to think it's going to take the ball out of whenever Luka does play. Luka is going to be the primary ball handler. I don't think it's going to be LeBron. Like, this is Luka's team now. So now you got, but it's kind of weird. You got two players who are very, very identical. You know what I mean? Obviously, LeBron's the better defensive player, but offensively, they're very, very similar players. And then on top of that, you still got Austin Reeves, who also needs the ball too. So, and then on top of that, defensively, we are cooked. Like, we are cooked. Like, we got no one in the middle. Like, our starting center, I think, is fucking, who is our starting center? I forgot who our starting center was. Like, oh my God. Like, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if you do go trade, because you, like you said, you do got a first round pick. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all go get a big man. Like, I don't think y'all done.
There has to be another trade. There has to be another trade,
because it was already reports. Because it was already reports y'all was trying to get the dude Valanciunas, I think his name is.
Yeah, you have Valanciunas, you have Vucevic, and then you had also Miles Turner that they were also considering. But but I don't know, man. This is very interesting, because this trade, to me, you're pretty much punting on this season, pretty much. Because you still don't know when Luka's going to play, unless they know Luka is going to be playing here.
Unless that injury healed all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Unless homie going to be like trying out like next week, like, I don't know, but like like through the Mavericks eyes, like, it didn't seem like he wasn't gonna come back until after All-Star break. But again, there are reports saying that they were really, really concerned about his condition and his commitment to the team. So, like, if you're the Lakers and they call you, like, if you're Rob Pelinka, you get this call. Like, imagine this. You're Rob Pelinka. You're sitting on your couch watching Royal Rumble, playing with your daughter, whatever the fuck it is you're doing. You get the call from the GM of the Dallas Mavericks, like, yo, what you doing, my brother? You good? Yo, by the way, would you guys want Luka Doncic? I'm like, nigga, what? Like, okay, what's going on? Like, is my man's knee like cooked? Like, is his Achilles torn? Like, what's going on? Like, there has to be more to this fucking story. I'm not just gonna be like, yeah, I'll give you Anthony Davis, because we're actually playing well. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would understand this more if we were like, you know, a 500 ball team. AD's healthy, LeBron's healthy, but we just still are playing like ass. Like, bro, we are like 9 games above 500 right now. We beat the 2 best teams in the East, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. And in the West, we low-key match up really well against the goddamn OKC Thunder, even though I think the OKC Thunder are really, really nice, and I still got them the favorites to make it to the NBA Finals. I still would give us a real decent chance to win that series. It's insanity right now. I just don't know how to process this right now at all. I really don't. And then I agree. Maybe AD wanted to leave. Maybe he wanted to leave too. You know, maybe it wasn't a Bron situation. Maybe AD was like, yo, I'm over this brawny shit. I'm over this being inconsistent and not wanting to play. I'm down to go play in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? I remember that was one of the teams that he was also, I guess, they were considering trading him to. I think when he was with the Pelicans or something like a while ago. But
And look, you know, they did him a service. He's going to play with Kyrie,
yeah,
so
no, he's going to play on a really solid team.
so it's not like
And their
they
front
sent
court
him.
gonna be nasty with Gafford and
It's not like they sent him to
Clay.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
they
not like they sent him to like
to
the
the
Wizards or the
Wizards, yeah,
Pelicans or some shit. Yeah, or back to the Pelicans.
Hornets or
Yeah.
something.
So is this situation finally be? I don't know, man. Because there has to be more moves made. Like this
Yeah.
trade still doesn't make sense to me. I get it. Braun wants to pay with Luka, but that don't fit. It just don't fit. Like you got two guys that are that just are so ball dominant. Like Luka is ball dominant as fuck. You need shooters around him. LeBron is the same way. Like now you got two motherfuckers who are high caliber ball handlers that can run a team. But again, defensively, we are cooked. Offensively, it could look amazing, I guess. Like, you know, we still got shooters. We still got Dorian Finney-Smith. We still got Austin Reeves. We still got Dalton Connect. There just has to be more to this trade. And like JJ Redick, I wonder what's going in JJ's mind. I gotta know what's going on in JJ's mind, bro. He gotta be like, yo, what the fuck did I sign up for, dog? Like, this is
and
insane.
another thing with Luca, he does come with that little bit of that attitude, that little bit of that. Like, you know, he got a little bit of that in him. So, but we'll see. We'll see how this works out. Like I said, I don't think they made this trade if they don't think he'll come back healthy, unless they're just like you said, Sam. But why would you do that if you looking real good these past few
Yeah,
games?
why would you trade him?
Why would you punt on the season if you say, okay, well, we rolling now, everything's looking good right now? Why would you punt on the season? But like I said, that might have been the reason why. Okay, we look good without AD, so
This
go
has
ahead
to
and
be a
trade him
future
now.
move. Like obviously,
Yeah,
like the only thing I could think of, this has to be a future move. Like obviously, you're getting younger with Luka Doncic. You know, Braun is on his last years. It potentially like he could get traded before the deadline. Obviously, the deadline's on Wednesday. Um, or like this may be his last year. Like he got the fulfillment of playing with his son. Maybe they know he's not going to come back next year. You know what I'm saying? That also has to be a situation. Like I don't know, man. Like obviously, like I'm happy to have Luka Doncic because I know Luka's a hell of a player, and I think Luka will be committed to the Lakers because, in some sense, maybe Luka wanted to be in a bigger market. Even though Dallas, I think, is a nice market. I think
yeah.
Dallas is a
It's
great
not a
market,
small market.
not a
It's not a
small
small
market,
market at all. But
but
the
it's not the
cachet,
Lakers. Though.
the
It's not the
cachet
Lakers.
of LA, the cachet of LA
Yeah, the
is
cachet
different.
of LA, the cachet of New York, or Boston, it's just different in the NBA. This is not the Dallas Cowboys. This is the Dallas Mavericks. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
and then Mark Davis, I'm like, I really want to like this got to be the dopest 30 for 30 behind the scenes shit on how this trade got done. Like they have to do a behind the scenes shit because I'm very curious to see how everything goes. As far as like the outlook for the Mavs, I think the Mavs will be good. Obviously, if AD can stay healthy, I think they'll have a nice shot. Do I think they'll be title contenders? I don't know. I got to see this team in action for me to like really consider. But I think they'll be really good and really balanced. If Kyrie can stay healthy and AD can stay healthy, I think that's a great tandem. You got Klay Thompson, who's a great 3-and-D guy. Obviously, he's a little older, so he's not the old Klay, but I think he still gives you some really solid minutes. Gafford. Obviously, the young center that did get hurt with his foot injury. Hopefully, he'll be back before the playoffs. Like that team could be good. As far as like the Lakers, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know because you gave away one of your best young two-way players, and you gave away your best defensive player. So, yeah, this is definitely a future move, man. I'm gonna be curious if the Lakers make more moves. I would definitely keep an eye out on the Bron situation. I really would. I don't know, man. I just think something else has to happen, dog. This is just not a one thing move, or maybe it could be a setup for the offseason. I don't know, man. I'm shocked.
And I hear you, Mark. You know what I'm saying? You saying this is a seat filler, but the Lakers have always been about filling seats.
Yeah,
That's what they do. I mean, LA is just different, man. It's not like because I know in the group chat you was like, build it the right way, like OKC, but OKC has the luxury because they're a small market. Their fan base is not like you got to give us something, man. We need some stars over here. Like you can build that from the
yeah.
ground
Like
up.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like Lakers were still selling out when we had Jordan Farmar as our starting point guard. like that's not the issue with the Lakers. Like selling seats is not the issue. Like Lakers got a really really strong fan base. This isn't like the Hornets or something like that where it's empty. Like the seats are gonna be filled, but
But I'm just saying, the Lakers are always going to make this splashy move, even if you may not feel like it's the right move. They're always going to make the splashy move because they're LA. I mean, and that just comes with it. It's what I'm saying. They like big moves. They like names. You know what I'm saying because they want the stars to come out to watch the Lakers. You know what I'm saying. Well, like I said, OKC is like the Royals. Like you got to play. You got to get what you can get. You ain't the Yankees, bro. You know what I'm saying?
nah,
Like
yeah, nah, for real.
you're
And
not
it's
the
just like,
Dodgers.
nah, for real. And it's just like, Mark, I understand what you're saying with the seat filler, but at the same time, it's like that was never the issue when you had LeBron in the building. You know what I mean?
I
LeBron's in
know
the
that,
building.
but it's LeBron being in the way to build a future. And you're right. You're right. He is in the
Yeah,
way
he is the
because
problem. And like, yeah, so like I think this does give them the green light to build for the future though, because now they know they got their superstar. So now you can actually start planning for post LeBron. That's what I'm saying. Like they're like I get LeBron wants to play with Luca, but the Lakers have to really start considering now trading LeBron. Like even LeBron has to even think about maybe it might be time for me to move. Like there has to be a conversation about that because you're just pretty much punting on the season. Like you were on such a nice roll. Now you're pretty much just pretty much killed that. You killed any kind of momentum that we had going into the second half of the year. Um, like you got it. You actually have to honestly consider just literally trading LeBron and get whatever kind of capital you can from this man. Because if you put LeBron in the situation where all right, you get him to agree to do the trade, you pretty much now got a hired henchman for any team that is on the cusp of winning a championship. You put LeBron on the Knicks, they are the favorites in the Eastern Conference Finals. You put LeBron on OKC Thunder, they are easily the favorites to win it all. You put him on the Miami, put him back with Miami. Hell, even consider putting him on the fucking Cavaliers. They're easily the best. They're easily going to be the favorites. So that is another team you got to honestly consider. Would they be considering trading fucking Donovan Mitchell? You already got Darius Garland. Would you consider doing that? Look, if I was the 76ers, I would see how dumb Ron Palinka is and be like, look, we will trade Joel Embiid for fucking goddamn LeBron James. And just see how stupid Rob Palinka might be. If I'm Rob Palinka, I'm hanging up that phone as fast as fucking possible. But if the Cavaliers called for about Donovan Mitchell, I don't know, man. Or maybe Evan Mobley. Give me Evan Mobley because we need a big man. We need a big man. I don't know, man. I'm sorry, man. I just don't. I'm just kind of talking out of my ass right now because I don't even know. I'm still trying to process this whole thing. I'm just still in utter shock, especially coming off the fight. Like that fight was amazing.
let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about that
Let's do
fight.
it. Let's do it.
I didn't catch the Pitbull, and I meant to tell you, I was like, you was right. It was Pitbull. I didn't think it was him because they act like they didn't really. I didn't really see him. They didn't really promote it with him
Mhm.
on there. It was just kind of like, okay, Pitbull. So I'm like, oh, maybe somebody else named Pitbull.
Yeah.
But no, it was him. I saw highlights. I saw that it was like these dudes were going at it. But I saw that Isaac Cruz won the fight. They picked the right fighter for him to fight. Somebody who was going to stand in the middle of the ring with him and trade shots. So those are the fighters he need to fight. He needs to stay away from boxers.
Yeah. No. 100%. 100%.
You need to stay away from boxers. The fight dudes is gonna get in the middle of the ring with you and box you. But unfortunately, the guys who got the belts, they can box.
Yeah. Nah, that's true. That's true.
So, but shout out to Pitbull for winning his fight. Um, and then the Fulton fight, Fulton beat Figueroa,
He dominated that fight.
dominated him. Shout out to Fulton, man, because he had
Mhm.
coming out the NUA fight, and then he
What'd you
fights.
think about his getup? I love the jean looking cut
It
shorts
was
with
funny.
Tim
It was funny.
boxing shoes. I
It
fuck
was
with that
funny. It was funny. It's real East Coast. He from
shit.
Philly, so what I'm saying, he representing.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, but shout out to him, man, coming up the NUA loss, and then his last fight wasn't the greatest showing. He had a split decision, and then he comes out against Figueroa, and he looks like Fulton again. I think he just needed to get his stuff back, get his bearings back, and now he looks like the Stephen Fulton that we know. The,
Yeah.
the, the guy that's a superstar, top tier fighter in his division. He's fighting at 126 now. So it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here, who he fights from here. Maybe he'll possibly get that rematch with anyway. Maybe we can get him and Bam Rodriguez. That'd be a good fight too. So I know Shushu said he want to fight him too. So that would be a good fight too.
Yeah, no, that'd
I,
be a good fight.
I think Shushu has a fight in March. Actually, at the Fountain Blue, he has a fight out here. So, but that would be a good fight. Fulton and Shushu would be a good fight. So, but shout out to Stephen Fulton.
Mhm.
But let's talk about the main event. David Benavidez, David Morrell, light heavyweight championships on the line. The Mexican monster, David Benavidez. He has the resume and the cachet. Morrell is the young, up and coming dude that we want to see how he is in these main event fights, and he showed up. He proved that he belonged up there with the top tier guys. Now, I think that Benavidez' experience showed up in the later rounds, him being in these fights before. It just showed up. I think Morrell kind of died down a little bit. I think he got a little tired. And I think this is a good learning experience for Morrell. I think Morrell needs to take this and apply it to his next fight, learn how to work the body a little bit more. And I think that, if he applies this could make him a greater fighter. And I wouldn't be surprised later on down the line these dudes fight again.
Nah, I totally agree. Like you could see just the specimen that Morale is, man. He is like he's built like just like you just see certain like athletes who are just like yo, that man was born to be an athlete. David Morrell is that person. Like he looked like he could be like a star like tight end or something like that. Like
Hmm.
he's just built that way. But it kind of went the way that I low key anticipated it. Like I think me and you both kind of called it in the sense. Like I know you had it in the knockdown, but I think we both had it in the same sense where it's just like the beginning portions of the fight it could be 50-50. Like Morale's gonna give it his all, but we all know David Benavidez gets better as the fight goes on. He wears people down, going to the body shots and all that, and you literally saw the case now. I was really, really impressed with David Morrell finding his second win because I think it was like maybe like the sixth and seventh round where I was like, all right, my man's about to like, kind of like start killing over. But then I don't know, something happened where my man just got a second win and he just started looking really, really good. And then that's when you started seeing him getting them shots in, and he got the one knockdown. Unfortunately, that point was kind of taken away by the late hit that he had in the 11th round, but overall, man, I was truly impressed with Morale and his persistence in that fight. Obviously, I was very impressed with Benavidez and knowing what he's accustomed to doing. I would say this: I think David Morrell needs to just watch the video of what Benavidez did to him and literally copy and paste that shit and take it into his next fight. Because if he can do something to that capabilities, I think David Morrell will be fucking unstoppable. Because you can literally see, like Benavidez had trouble. There was a couple moments where I was like, I don't know. I think Benavidez might get knocked out at this particular point. I think I forgot what round it is, but I think Morrell was in the corner and like Benavidez was kind of pressing him, and then Morrell got him with like I think like a right hook or something. And you
Yeah.
can tell Benavidez was hurt by that. You know what I mean? And it got a little worried. But I give Benavidez credit. Like he does have a chin, and for him to take that shot and look a little shaken, like he responds back really, really well. And I could tell when he got knocked down, it was the second time in his career that he got knocked down. You could tell he was so fucking pissed off. My man was like, nah, I am going out swinging. I do not give a fuck. So I got to salute for that shit. But overall, man, I know Benavidez is set up to take on the winner of the Bivol Bitter B fight, which is supposed to take place here in the next couple weeks. I personally would not mind if we got a Benavidez Morrell rematch before that. I really would love that. I think it would be great for boxing. I wouldn't be mad at another Pitbull.
What's your name? Ain't risking that.
What?
The Turk. The Turk ain't
Oh
risking.
no, I know the Turk ain't because he gonna flesh out that money. But I'm just saying, me personally, like I personally,
That fight is happening later on this year. Like,
no, that fight's gonna happen in like September or October. I already know.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, for me personally, I would personally love to see a Benavidez Morrell.
But I think I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, don't be surprised if morale. If we're gonna see his work ethic after this, like if he
Oh
gets
yeah.
back, if he can get back, study the game tapes, get better from this, get a couple wins under his belt. You know what I'm saying? And then next year, he looks like he's the number one contender coming after Benavidez, and people notice. Oh, he's gotten better. Oh, he's using. He's going to the body more. He's doing this. He's doing that. Then we might be looking at and we could be looking at a whole different fight too. So
No, look, honestly, I ain't even gonna lie to you, my brother. Like, this can either make or break Morrell. To me, he's either gonna one way or the other. Either he's gonna like just fall fat on his face
fuck Canelo.
for the rest of his career, or he's gonna turn into greatness because of this fight, because he's gonna learn. You know what I mean? And I think it's gonna be the latter half where he's gonna learn and he's gonna turn to greatness. Because low key, I'm not gonna lie to you, my brother. If they were to rematch, I might have Morrell as favorite in that fight. I personally might have Morrell as favorite in that fight. So I'm gonna be honest with you, my brothers. Canelo Alvarez does not want anything to do with both of these gentlemen. He does not want anything to do with that because it's not so much Canelo not being able up for the task. It's because we seen it. My man is slowing down. He gets hit a lot easier. He bruises up a little bit easier. You know what I mean? He cuts a little easier. Like, it's not the same Canelo Alvarez. He does not want anything to do with David Morrell, even with the low amount of fights that he does have, because this was his toughest competition. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I came out more impressed of David Morrell than Benavidez. That is a fact. Even though I think Benavidez is amazing. Benavidez is great. I think he's going to do amazing things in whoever he fights next, whether it's Bitter Beef or Bivol. I personally would rather love to see him fight Bivol, because I would love to see that chess match between both of those guys. I think they're very, very similar in style and how they want to go about the fight. Bitter Beef is more of just I'm gonna kind of walk you down and bruise you up. And I think that could be a little bit of a problem for Benavidez, because Benavidez does have that, like, just in the woods Russian power that for some reason is like superhuman strength in the UFC and in boxing. Like, I don't know what's going on in Russia, but I mean, we talk about it another day. But at the end of the day, Canelo needs to worry about Terrence Crawford, because I'm gonna be honest with you, Terrence Crawford about to whoop that ass. Sorry, guys. Sorry to break it to you, but that's how I honestly feel. And I think I've been on a decent run so far. But overall, man, shout out to both of these gentlemen for even putting their O's on the line. They gave us a hell of a fight. And more fighters should go about this, because you know why? Even though Morrell lost, even though he has one loss on his record, most people came out respecting him and fearing him more off this fight. And that is going to be a fact. Like, this brother is nice, and I've always been a big fan of David Morrell. Me and you both had trouble picking who we were going to decide who we were going to go for. It wasn't even like I was rooting for anybody in particular. I was just I just had a feeling Benavidez was going to win. I just wanted both of these brothers to put on a great show, because I love both of these boxers. So shout out to both of them. Shout out to both of their camps, man. Hopefully you guys can get back in the ring and give us another all-time great rematch. But for future endeavors, man, y'all gonna be fine, brother. Y'all did an amazing job. If you paid the $80 for this pay-per-view, you got your money's worth, which I did.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, shout out to Morale. It seemed like when he would get like in trouble, or he would like get punched and it looked like he was fading, he would just have this burst of energy and he would just start swinging.
It was amazing. It was amazing to watch. I love that. Because I like, even you had to even agree. Like, there were moments where he's just like, I don't know if Morale can even hang in there a little bit longer. And the next thing you know, he's just like throwing his, and he has like weird combination. I wish he would have like a go-to combination. Like, some of his combinations are like not the best, but but overall, like, I wish he would have like a more of like a go-to kind of like combination that he would feel comfortable with. You know what I mean? But overall, man, I say I was truly impressed by what he did overall.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Talk about the Royal Rumble real quick. It was, from what I saw, I saw clips of the Cody Rhodes and KO match. I heard it was a great match. The ladder match, Cody. I knew Cody was gonna win,
Really
but
good,
it
really good.
looked like he took out KO at the end on the
Yeah,
ladder.
yeah. It was like he was on the announcer's table, and then he
Mhm.
like I don't know if it was like a reverse body slam or something. Like he put him through the goddamn ladder, man. That shit was disgusting, and then he just never got back up after that.
Yeah, and Sammy got mad at him and all that stuff. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
too,
Yeah, I
but
saw that.
it was more vicious that he posed while he picked his body up. Cody's
Yeah,
vicious, man.
yeah.
Look, but as far as the Royal Rumble match, I'll start with the ladies. The ladies match was cool.
Mm.
Some of the surprises were kind of underwhelming to me. Like, uh, I liked the Alexa Bliss one. That was cool. And the Royal Rumble is always not just who wins the Royal Rumble, but what feuds we're gonna get coming from these.
Hmm.
And you see it in the pipeline. Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss are definitely going to have a beef. Um, you see Bianca Belair. She kind of showed a little bit of heel in her when she grabbed Jordan Grace by the back of the head when she was hugging
Yeah,
Naomi.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
Last Legend. She has a future as a star. Um, it was kind of funny to see how the black women beat the hell
they
out
all
of
come
Chelsea.
together and shit. She
Beat the
coming
hell out of
together.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
That was funny. Um, but I told y'all, I told you Charlotte was gonna win, y'all. I told you Charlotte was gonna win. The queen is back. They kept throwing it in our face, like, yeah, she's gonna win.
yeah, yeah,
She's gonna win.
yeah.
So I was surprised that Jay didn't show up. Maybe she's not healthy yet. Maybe she didn't get cleared yet. Um, but all in all, it was a good match. It was a lot of star power in there. And shout out to all those ladies for putting on. It was a great match. But the men's match was really amazing, especially when we started getting to like the later numbers.
Oh yeah, when
Um,
it was like Cena,
mhm,
Roman Reigns. Who else was it? It was Jay Uso. Uh,
mhm.
um,
CM Punk,
CM Punk came out, and
John
Seth
Cena,
Rollins came out. Yeah, yeah.
Drew McIntyre came out.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, Jacob Fatu is a star,
No, he was fucking amazing, dog.
man.
You could tell that Roman Reigns Fatu fight match whenever that happens is gonna be amazing. You know what I mean? You could tell that
I could
they're
see that
gonna
next year
yeah,
for
I could see that maybe
WrestleMania.
next year for like a WrestleMania or something like that.
But Jacob Fatu is a star, bro. Like even before this match, dude has been killing it. His promos are unmatched. You believe everything he says. Like everything that man say, he about that. And he ever since Solo has left the bloodline and he's kind of like him and Tommy Tonga have kind of just been kicking it. It's just like I don't know. I don't know how y'all gonna stop that, man. It looks like him and Braun Strowman are gonna continue their feud. Because Strowman threw Jacob Fatu out. But yeah, it looks like those two are gonna continue their feud. It looks like CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns might be potentially showing themselves to have a match in the future, uh, maybe at WrestleMania. I know these guys, all these dudes are going to be in the Elimination Chamber. John Cena already said he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. Um, but a lot of people thought John Cena was going to win once CM Punk and Seth Rollins got knocked out. Roman Reigns got knocked out. Seth Rollins gave Roman Reigns two curb stomps, um, one on the floor and then one on the steps, pretty
Mhm.
much knocking him out. But Jay Uso ended up winning the match. He threw John Cena out. And John Cena was surprised. He came in the ring though, so he hugged him, congratulated him, and I think it's well deserved. Jay Uso has really built himself up to be a solo act. You know what I'm saying? He's always, he's part of the Usos, him and his brother Jimmy Uso, and one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I don't care what anybody say, but those two dudes are one of the greatest of all time. Um, and for him to separate himself and to be a solo act, and now he is a main event, and he's so over right now. It's ridiculous. Like when he came, when he won, you could just see the crowd flowing with him, and then when he brought his son in, and you know, they just love him. You know what I'm saying? And he's just super over, and I just think this is going to lead to him possibly beating Gunther at WrestleMania to finally get that win over him and get the WWE Championship. So, shout out to Jay Uso for winning. Also, the tag match, DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. I heard it was a good match. I think DIY won the match.
Mhm.
Um, they won the match, right? But yeah, it was. Oh, the Street Profits came out and jumped him. That's what happened. So it looks like they're gonna, figure out a way put the titles on the Street Profits. Man, they've been they've been in the flow of things, and then it's like they don't do nothing with them no more. Like Street Profits need to get the tag title. They've been chasing them tag titles for about 3-4 years now. So
Yeah,
who
yeah,
knows?
yeah.
But no man, it was a good seemed like it was a good pay-per-view. Like I said, Royal Rumble is always the kickoff for everything that happening heading to the road of WrestleMania. And so we'll be looking forward to what happens next. I know Monday Night Raw is going to be crazy and SmackDown is going to be crazy. So what was your thoughts? What did you see?
Nah, man. Overall, man, I enjoyed the whole Royal Rumble. I thought the women's card was decent. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jay Parker. You know, I was rooting for her, rooting for baby girl, but unfortunately, she got out. That, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There was another girl. I think she was like from like she was fine as hell. I forgot her name. She's wearing like red or something like that. I forgot her name. I forgot her name. I have to look her up. I followed her on the IG. I'll have to look it up. But she was pretty cool. Overall was good. As far as like the men's Royal Rumble, and I was also surprised about Trish Stratus. I didn't know Trish Stratus was still wrestling, but I thought that
Yeah,
was a pleasant
she been
surprise.
wrestling since last year. She was a
I
heel
look at
though.
you know me. I'm coming back into this wrestling game, so I
Yeah.
didn't know she was still. I thought she was retired. You know what I mean? But it was good to see her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She looked amazing. As far as like in her match, brought out some good old vibes with that. And then as far as like the men's side, I thought the funniest shit was with Show Speed when he came into the ring.
Braun
He got
Breaker, man. Why you
he
do
got
my
fucking
man
demolished, my boy. That shit
Braun
was.
Breaker?
Oh
Why'd you
my
do
god,
him like
damn.
that, man?
That was the most real goddamn shit I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
that
I'm like,
spear
bro,
was vicious,
yeah, that
man.
shit was insane.
Did
But
you
I
see
know
his
my man was
leg?
insane. Yeah, yeah, he got like a bad cut on his leg. I'm sure my man had some internal bleeding, bro. Like he was hurting, bro. My man was hurting. But shout out to Show Speed, man. He looked good.
Mhm.
I'm not a big Logan Paul guy. I don't like him as a person. But I'll say this: my man is highly entertaining as a wrestler, bro. He is athletically just amazing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just the move he did getting into the ring, and him hopping on to the announcer table, hopping back onto the ring. You know what I mean? It was cool. I was surprised that Jay Uso won. I really thought I was in the same boat. I thought John Cena was going to win, especially when they were on the outside of the turnbuckles and he had him in his finishing move. But Jay Uso was able to knock him, get back in the ring to knock him out. A little bit of me was also surprised that Roman Reigns didn't make it to the final two. I thought he would have been one of the
I
ones that
knew
make
he
it to
wasn't
the
gonna
final
make it.
two.
I knew he wasn't gonna make it. But there is, I don't know how much of how valid this report is, but supposedly Drew McIntyre shouldn't have got eliminated the way he got eliminated. Like somebody messed up.
Oh, okay.
And supposedly he was in the back and he was pissed off. He
Oh,
left.
like he was supposed
Like,
to make it further
yeah.
into the fight.
Like I think he was supposed to be where Logan Paul was supposed to be.
Oh, like the final two.
Yeah.
Uh, I always want like when I was watching the Royal Rumble, I was like, has there been any like fuck ups, like you know what I mean, where somebody like
Yes.
accidentally like got out when they were supposed to get out and shit like that. I was just kind of curious, like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you got to be like, I watch it a lot. I've been watching Royal Rumble since a kid, so I just always think like you got to be like careful, dog. 'Cause they be
Nah,
like
yeah.
so many times they act like they about to fall out, then they don't make it. Then it's like they hanging, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
what I'm saying. Like, has anybody like actually like hand slipped or something like that?
I
Like, oh
think it
shit.
has. I think so. If I think about it, I think somebody has slipped out and they
Yeah, yeah.
weren't supposed to lose or whatever. But it's just like, how do you like maintain? Like, shit happens, man.
Yeah, true. Like true. Cause you gotta still like act like, in the moment of like it looking real enough, but at the same time, still be cautious, like you don't fuck up the script and fuck up like what they got planned, you know what I mean? Because I'm like I really want to know, like, has anything happened to the point where like um homie like one of the main key guys that were supposed to win like actually like fuck up and like get out, you know what I mean? That's like I always been like kind of curious about that, you know what I'm saying?
hmm Yeah, man, it is. But hey, man, it was a good pay per view, man, and shout out to all the performers that performed tonight in the Royal Rumble, man. I look forward
Yeah,
to what's going,
yeah, for
what
sure.
happens next. But all right, man, you got anything else?
Nah, I'm just, kind of still processing this whole Luca thing. I read a couple reports saying that Luca didn't request a trade, that he just found out today. He found out after the trade was made, and then Braun had no idea about the trade either. So, should be interesting to see more of what's going to happen in the next couple of days with the trade deadline being this Wednesday. So, buckle up, man. It's gonna get more interesting, I think, next couple of days.
All right, for sure. Well, all right, good people, that will be it for the emergency pod. Well, like, subscribe, like, and hit that notification button. We will be back on Monday to
Yeah,
do a deeper dive into all the trade. I'm sure more news will come out, more stuff will come to fruition, and more information.
yeah,
It's ebony. Uh, but more stuff will come into fruition, and we will be back 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But so until then, oh, and it's Super Bowl week, so
yeah. Appreciate everybody who came into the pod, man. Appreciate y'all commenting,
yeah,
all that. Appreciate y'all.
yeah, for sure, for sure. We out.